Hey guys, welcome to Series World. Today I'm going to explain an erotic thriller series called Dark Desire from 2020. Turn on subtitles and spoilers ahead. The episode opens with a flashback, and Esteban is recording Alma citing a love poem to everyone, including Leonardo and Brenda. Flashback ends, and Esteban is in his office looking at the said video on his computer. He imagines being intimate with Alma. Meanwhile, Zoe is asking Dario whether he sneaked into the house because of Alma. Dario replies that this has nothing to do with her. She tells him that she is fed up with his lies and starts attacking with her katana. Dario tells her to stop while dodging the attacks. He soon realizes that the blade is not sharp and pins her down to the ground. Dario tells her that she'll listen to him whether she wants to or not. He informs her that her dad blackmailed his mom to give evidence against his dad. Flashbacks are shown where Lucinda is asking for her money for doing her part of the job to Dario, thinking it's Leonardo. Zoe tells him that his mom is crazy, and Dario replies that that's why he is here to look for evidence, something that ties her dad to his family. Zoe tells him to let her go, but he doesn't budge. Right at that moment, Esteban comes through the door and points his gun at Dario. He starts beating Dario and tells him that he messed with the wrong woman. Zoe tries to stop Esteban from doing something to Dario, but Alma holds her back. Zoe tells him that she told him to come here because she wanted to make up with him. Esteban is confused about what she is saying, and Dario takes this chance to run off. Esteban shoots him from behind but misses him, and Alma closes the door to stop Esteban from following Dario. The scene changes to Leonardo, who is asking for someone to the doctors who are checking up on him. The doctor assures him that she will call her and leaves. The story goes back to Esteban, who is asking Alma why she didn't tell him about Zoe and Dario to him. Alma replied that she didn't know how he would react to this information. Esteban asks her how she wants him to react, reminding her that Dario is being intimate with her daughter. Alma tells him that not everything is resolved by violence, and they should negotiate with Dario. She informs him that Dario knows more than they thought about what happened 10 years ago. He knows about everything. Esteban asks her more questions, but she gets a call from the hospital informing her that Leonardo is awake, but they can't meet him until tomorrow morning. The scene changes to García, who is at the police station going through the DVD footage. She notices that Leonardo entered Brenda's house at 10:19 p.m. that day and writes it down. She puts on the next DVD, but it's 6:40 a.m. She's wondering where the rest of the night's footage is. Meanwhile, Dario is sleeping in his bed. He gets a call from someone named Hefesto. He takes the call and asks them what they want. The story goes back to Alma, who is getting ready to go to bed. She imagines herself being intimate with Dario in the bed. In the morning, Zoe and Alma go to visit Leonardo in the hospital. Leonardo tells Zoe that she doesn't know how much he missed her. He tells her that she looks prettier than ever. He then turns to Alma, and Alma assures him that everything will be fine. Leonardo asks Zoe to give them some time alone, and Alma rejects him, saying this is not a good idea. Leonardo requests her again. Zoe leaves to get some coffee. Before she leaves, she reminds Leonardo that no matter what happens, she loves him a lot. After she left, Leonardo tells Alma that there were many things between him and Brenda that she doesn't know. Alma tells him that she knows that they were lovers from Esteban. Meanwhile, Zoe is in the waiting room when Edith comes to her and asks about Leonardo. Zoe tells her that he is out of danger and won't even need the dialysis. They are both confused as to why he would need the dialysis and why they found high levels of blood sodium in his system when he didn't have kidney failure. Esteban comes to the waiting room and tells Edith to give him and Zoe some space to talk. Esteban asks her what they were talking about and tells her that they can't trust Edith. The scene changes, and Garcia is talking with an officer named Carmona. She tells him that she needs him to get her the security footage of Brenda's house, specifically from 11:30 p.m. on Saturday to 6:40 a.m. on Sunday. The story goes back to Leonardo, who is telling Alma that he should be the one telling Alma about Brenda. Alma tells him not to blame Esteban as a lot of things have happened, so he had to tell her. Leonardo asks what things, and Alma tells him that things that changed the outlook on Brenda's death. He asks him whether they are investigating, and she replies with a yes. She tells him that they know that he was at Brenda's house the night that she died. Leonardo doesn't reply anything, and Alma requests him to tell her his version. He starts telling her that Brenda messaged him that afternoon after Alma came back. She wanted to talk to him and was nervous. Brenda told him that it was important and she needed to tell him in person. When Leonardo didn't want to come, she threatened him by saying that she would tell everything to Alma. Alma fell asleep, so he was able to go. Flashbacks start after Leonardo reaches Brenda's house. Brenda tells him that she thought he wouldn't come, He asks her what's so important that she wants to tell. She doesn't reply to anything and goes inside. Leonardo asks her if she held a party and tells her that she has been drinking a lot. Brenda hands him a glass too and tells him that he's going to need it. Flashback ends, and Leonardo tells Alma that they talked about her and their marriage. The talk was mostly about that in the past too. Flashback starts again, and Brenda is telling Leonardo that his marriage is going down the drain. He asks Brenda if Alma told her that, and Brenda replies that shows in everything Alma does and how frustrated and physically unsatisfied she is. Brenda tries to tell him how Alma spent the weekend here, but Leonardo warns her not to involve Alma in her mess. Brenda then switches the topic to Leonardo and Edith and asks him about it. Brenda undresses and asks him whether he chose Edith over her. Leonardo tells her that Edith is a lesbian, and Brenda tells him that he can't fool her like Alma. Leonardo reminds her that she is not his wife, and there's nothing more between them other than a physical relationship. Brenda tells him that she has feelings for him, and they never talked about love. Brenda tells him that she is jealous and furious. They gave up their affair because Leonardo wanted to give it a try with Alma, not because he could mess around with another woman. Leonardo reminds her that there is nothing more between them other than physical intimacy. He asks her what she wants now, and Brenda tells him to realize that she's in love with him since the day he chose Alma over her. Flashback ends, and Leonardo is telling Alma that he fell for Brenda's trap again. Alma tells him not to make Brenda the evil one and to play the victim. He was as guilty of what happened as she was. Alma asks him how long it lasted. Leonardo tells her that 3 months. Alma replies that still, he is calling it a fling. Alma tells her the only difference between Brenda and him is that it wasn't just a fling for Brenda. For her, it was love. Alma asks him what else happened that night. Leonardo replies that they drank a lot. They kissed and made love, but soon he fainted and doesn't remember anything after that. Alma asks him if he killed her. Leonardo replies that he doesn't know, and he might have killed her. Meanwhile, Dario has gone to visit his mother. The story comes back to Alma as she is leaving Leonardo's room. Alma is thinking about all the time she spent with Brenda last time. She is crying, remembering all that when Esteban comes and asks her what happened. Alma replies that he should tell Esteban himself. Zoe comes up to her and asks what happened. She asks Alma if she confirmed what Dario told her about Leonardo is true. Alma tells her that she doesn't know and requests her to listen to her. She tells Zoe that for her, the most important thing is that Zoe knows that everything that happened with Dario was a mistake. She never imagined that he would approach Zoe. She would never do anything to hurt her either. She tells Zoe that she loves her and hugs her. García comes into the hospital and says to Alma that they need to talk about Leonardo. Alma points to Zoe to give them some space. García informs Alma that the hitman who killed Vallejo received orders through text messages and emails. Unfortunately, everything points to Leonardo. García tells her that she needs Alma's help to find out if Leonardo has killed Vallejo. Alma tells her that she is not in a position to help right now and suggests she talk to Esteban. García tells her that she doesn't know if she can trust Esteban. The scene changes and Esteban is meeting with Leonardo. Leonardo tells him that he doesn't know what he did. Esteban is confused. Leonardo asks him if he thinks that Leonardo had killed Brenda. Esteban replies with a yes. Leonardo tells him that it's just that he doesn't remember anything. Esteban asks him if he remembers the Escada case, the case of the guy who staged his wife's apparent suicide. Leonardo tells him that he does remember, and in fact, Esteban helped him reconstruct the crime. Esteban tells him that he thinks Leonardo did the same thing with Brenda, as Leonardo knows how to do it meticulously. Esteban tells him that he did it. The scene changes to Dario. He is showing his mom some pictures and asks to identify which one of the two men owes her money. He tells her that he needs to know so that he can collect the money. She picks up Esteban's picture and tells Dario to tell him that if he doesn't give her money, she will start telling everything. Alma is seen again crying, sitting in the waiting room, when judicial police come to arrest Leonardo. Alam tries to stop them, and Leonardo informs her that he is the one that called them. Alma tells him not to turn himself in, as he didn't kill Brenda. Leonardo tells her that he did kill her, and tells her to let the police do their job. Alma begs Esteban to help and stop the police, but he moves her away and hugs her. Meanwhile, Dario is noticing all of this hiding from the corner. The episode ends with Alma crying in Esteban's arms. To watch more explanations of these kinds of series, click on the videos on your screen, and don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last, thanks for watching.